What is up to all the good people all across America and good people all across this world? Matthew here. It's like 4:30 in the morning and I just woke up drenched in sweat. You know what I mean? I only got like 45 days off of fentanyl, so I'm still going through it. You know what I mean? Still wake up one day it'll be good and I'll feel normal, and the next day I'll just be like, you know what I mean? It's part of kicking. And I went back and watched that video, you know what I mean? Sleeping with a prostitute in Tijuana. People are going to judge me harshly. People are going to judge me harshly, but it happened. It happened. And it's part of my life, you know. She gave it up for free. And it wasn't a transaction, you know, the sex. I paid her after the fact because I was like, damn, I can't sneak this girl across the border with her kid. So the very least I can do is have the decency to give her as much, you know, little green pieces of paper as I possibly can, with the hopes that, you know, maybe she can use that money so she doesn't have to sell her body to a man in the future. You know what I mean? And I pray to God that that's what happened. That's what, you know, to her and her child. I don't know what happened to them. I would like to think, you know, it is what it is. But anyway, yeah, you know what I mean? I'm used to people judging me harshly. I'm a human being that has always made my own lane since I was a small boy. Since kindergarten. Since kindergarten, I was like, I want nothing to do with this corrupt-ass world or all the corrupt human beings in it. So I will make my own lane. And when you make your own lane in this world and live by your own codes and do what you want to do, weak people, especially weak human beings who are in positions of authority, they are so threatened by those of us who don't follow all the rules. You know what I mean? And they use their authority to try to break you, to beat you down, and to abuse you, and to do, you know, everything in their power to try to break you. And the more that they realize they cannot break you, the more, I mean, just the sicker they become, until they finally, you know what I mean, one of us eventually wins. And I always won. You know what I mean? When it came to people that tried to do that to me. Anyway, so I have no problem with anybody judging me harshly, but this is the thing: is and there's things that nobody can take away from me. And one of those things, there's several of them, but one of them is I was hopelessly addicted to heroin, and then I got hopelessly addicted to fentanyl. I smoked cigarettes since I was a little kid. You know what I mean? I was physically addicted to cigarettes by 12 years old. I had my first beer and cigarette at 7 years old. I didn't get addicted. I was never an alcoholic. I never drank every day, but when I did drink, you know, once a weekend, yeah, the most insane shit was liable to happen. And anyway, my point is, I got clean off of heroin after 21 years while still being in possession of 5 pounds of heroin at that time. Let me make it clear. I don't have any drugs in my possession anymore. They've been long gone. But then I got addicted to fentanyl. And even on my Instagram page, when I got down, there was like, I don't know, maybe 1,200. The last package that I scored out of Mexico was 5,000 fentanyl pills. And when I got down to like, I don't know, 1,200, 1,300 pills, I was like, people wouldn't even believe this, so I should probably take a picture. But I got clean off of fentanyl while holding fentanyl the entire time. I got clean off of cigarettes while keeping an unlit cigarette next to me the entire time. And like I said, feel free to judge me harshly, but this is the thing is, ask yourself, are you strong enough to do that? Are you strong enough to get to shoot heroin like a fucking savage? Are you strong enough to, you know, sniff blue oxy fentanyl pills like a savage? 30 to 50 of them a day I was doing. Are you strong enough to get, you know, be totally physically addicted to nicotine and cigarettes and quit while holding a cigarette the entire time? And if the answer is no, then at least have the decency to admit that you're not strong enough to do that. If you are, feel free to judge me harshly. You know what I mean? And then there's some other things, you know what I mean? People, well, you were a fucking junkie and a heroin addict, you low-life junkie. Well, first of all, I was never a low-life. And if, you know, there's tons of people on my friends list that knew me as a junkie And if there's any of them, except for Scott D, and he's not on my friends list, he's the only human being on this earth that I can ever say that I betrayed, that I stole from, and that I hurt. You know what I mean? Like, to the core, and I betrayed. You know what I mean? And I had done a fatal dose, what should have been a fatal dose of speedballs, heroin and cocaine, trying to kill myself, and I came to robbing his house in a blackout. It is what it is. It was a chemical reaction, and that's no excuse. You know what I mean? But besides him, if there's anybody else, come forward. You know what I mean? Anybody that can say I stole from them or ask them to loan me money or anything like that. You know what I mean? Come forward, please. If not, you know what I mean? But my point is, even as a hopelessly addicted junkie, you know what I mean? I became a multi-millionaire. And I'm not bragging about that. You know what I mean? A lot of it was illegal. Was it all illegal? No. I owned legal businesses also. You know what I mean? I owned legal businesses. And if you're going to judge me harshly, I hope, you know, you made it to the same point in life. You know what I mean? One other thing. I'm buying my third property now. My third property. And I own 2 acres in New York. I owned outright. You know what I mean? It belonged to my father, but my money, you know what I mean? A ton of my money went into his property already. Actually, I've spent more money on his estate than I will ever get out of it. That is a fact. More money of my life savings on his cleaning up his horrific mess than I will ever get out of it. I bought my aunt out on this fucked up hoarder modular home that I am in right now recording this. I own that outright. And when I buy my house, that will be the third home that I will own 100% outright on. My $80,000 truck, I own it outright. My Ford Ranger, my favorite truck, my Ford fucking Ranger, own it outright. My Dodge D250, own it outright. My Harley, I own it outright. Every single thing, all the guns I own, all the suppressors, all the rounds, all of the toys, everything I own 100% with zero debt. So ask yourself, do you have any debt? Because I don't have any debt. Even as a hopelessly addicted junkie, I managed to not have any debt. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. And you say, oh, well, you were in the criminal world, blah, 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 and you made all that money. No. Everything that I made, I did. I lost. But in that fire, my father's house burnt down. I had a fire safe with, I'm not even going to say the amount of cash that I lost in that fire. It was a fireproof safe that didn't hold up to the fire. And yeah, I lost an amount of cash that stockbrokers jump out of fucking windows over. You know what I mean? And yeah, so ask yourself, you know what I mean? Do you have any debt? Because I don't. And if you don't, you know, feel free to judge me. You know what I mean? Judge me harshly. But if you do, ask yourself, what is wrong with you that you couldn't get to the same point in life while not being a junkie that I could get to? You know what I mean? Facts. It is what it is. There's some things, you know what I mean? My whole life, I've always worried about, you know what I mean? Like that, you know, you can't talk about your life. People are going to judge you harshly. You know what I mean? Feel free. But the thing is, no. I could talk about whatever I feel like talking about. You know what I mean? And if my words bother you, feel free to just message me, because it's all about you. You know what I mean? It really is. It's all about you and your feelings. And if I'm making you feel uncomfortable, just let me know. And I'll be sure to go tell you to go fuck yourself. You know what I mean? Go fuck yourself. Suck a dick. That's how I feel about it. I'll talk about whatever the fuck I want to talk about. Fuck your feelings. I love you, but fuck you. Weak dick fucking fragile ego motherfuckers. I never in my fucking entire life, never once have I, oh my God, what he's saying bothers me. You know what I mean? No, I'm not some fragile motherfucker, but so many people are. If you make them feel uncomfortable, they just, oh my God. Like, fucking, dude, unfriend me. I don't know what else to tell you. Unfriend me. You know what I mean? Peace.